Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Yeah.
There we go.
How's everything?
How's everything? Like,
Yeah.
you want, like, everything?
Everything,
or just, like, the last...
like, just
I think we should narrow it to
details.
maybe the last 10 minutes. And just,
why not?
call it easy there, because I think that would have a better outcome than everything.
Yeah, 10 minutes is fair enough.
10 minutes keeps us in the positive round,
Yeah.
'cause- What's up, Mr. Marty?
Marty,
hello.
He's coming to Florida soon?
No,
Delivering stuff?
No, it's funny.
No?
Because he's like, you can UPS it. If anybody's interested and they're in the Illinois area and they need a glow forge, Marty's got one he's selling right now for $4,000. He's got 20 hours worth of use on it.
Oh,
good deal.
20 hours? Oh, that's too much.
I was going to say, that
That's
could be
too
like
much.
5 projects on a glow forge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's be realistic here. I would like it, but I don't know. I just don't trust UPS. I know, it's kind of stupid. I would love a second one.
I mean, most of the stuff came in UPS.
I know.
Come on.
I know. And I don't know why I'm thinking this, because, I mean,
that came in UPS.
I know.
That one came in UPS.
And it would probably be fine.
I
know.
came in UPS.
You did.
So,
and
it's
I would like one for my house.
Exactly.
So that I could actually use it for me every now and then.
Right.
I've never made myself anything. What's up, Chris?
What's up, man?
Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you all had a great weekend.
I had a great weekend. That was awesome.
I spent my weekend with this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
We went and did some Disney stuff. I know I promised to post a picture here. Let me see. Do we have the?
Of course we have.
I got of this.
Of this. That's what it is.
Yeah. Hang on.
This and that.
Of
All right,
this.
so
For those of you guys that are not Disney fans, it's perfectly okay. But Disney has opened a new ride.
Hang on.
Which is the Tron coaster.
Very nice.
And Haley was like, we got to get Ada on it.
You
and I
guys
want
are
to sit
flying,
next to her.
eh?
As you can see, Haley is just laughing her butt off.
Yeah.
She's hysterically laughing. And Ada is just like, because I told him, I said, dude, this is 0 fast.
0 to 60?
0 to, yeah.
This is a true Honda Civic?
This is like his S2000. He actually goes, dude, that's like my S2000.
Okay.
It takes off just like my S2000.
Very nice, very nice.
So, anyways, that was Ada.
What about the other ones? No? Just that one?
That's the only one that matters for now. So, hey guys, what's up? What's up, peeps? El Fernandez checking in.
What's up, buddy?
What is going on? Kevin, good evening, fellas.
Yeah.
Here.
Marty says, I have the original box and all the parts to ship.
Let's negotiate.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Stop the presses.
Nice.
Hola. Good day, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today, I have my host here, Fernando, and we're going to make some amazing car audios. Mike Rios in
What's
the
up,
house.
Mike?
Mike.
Boom, 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 boom.
You know, I don't know if he's ever posted a picture of his wife.
Hey, Eduardo.
But he has some of the most attractive kids. Like
all of them, right?
Yeah. Like all of them. Or just like, they could all be moms.
I mean,
he's a good-looking guy.
That's what
Don't
I'm
get me
saying.
wrong.
Yeah.
Mike is a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
But damn, man. Like, come on.
Saludos, Luis.
What's up? Oh, we pranked we pranked the crap out of Darth Vader. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. All right, I'm gonna save this question here. Go ahead and get your questions in, guys. Just get them up and start adding them in, and we'll get them in there. You're like Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street. You got to hear Arturo. I love Arturo, and I love making fun of him. Mike says, wife says, no.
Yeah.
But Mike. Hi, guys.
Philip.
Keep it excellent work. Greetings from Portugal. We got 2 guys in Portugal.
I want to go to Portugal, man.
I mean, I just want to see where they film Fast and Furious.
I just want to go to Portugal.
Yeah, you were blessed with some good-looking kids. There's no question about it. Man, yeah.
What's up, Baba?
Yeah, I was nervous for his daughter when he brought him knowledge to us. I was like, you made a mistake. But then I was like, Michael, just kill him. What's up, Dean and Fernando from Kentucky? 85 and humid here. I bet
Very
you it
nice,
is.
Andrew.
Although like this weekend was really nice for us. I think we got some. Ada brought down some of the colder weather. It was really nice.
What's up, Mr. Lara?
Hey, man. Crutchfield for me was awesome. Just a few days by mail. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Awesome. They like to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm just clicking on some of these questions for you guys.
Yeah. What's up from North Carolina?
This is getting a little weird. It's okay. We're all family, right? It's all good. It's all good. Okay, hold on. I got that. All right, so we got a couple. Keep the questions coming. Fernando, keep timing those.
I'm going to start.
Hey guys, for those of you that don't know this, we do this little Facebook group. It's called the 12 Volt Clean Wire Club, and every week Fernando Scarage.
I was scared.
I don't know. He looks all over it to find what we like to call the car of the week. And this week, we have this guy right here. Now, this segment is brought to you guys by the fine folks at Metra, which we love using their T-Spec product along with their new Tsunami. We just did a review of some of the Tsunami products the other day, which you guys really thought was cool, and I appreciate that. But what do we have here, Fernando?
So we have 2 Ground Zero amplifiers.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We have a Helix Mini.
Nice.
I think it's it's a Helix Mini.
Yep.
We have a distribution block.
Yeah.
The cool thing is like all the braided loom.
Yeah.
You see how it goes in this. I mean, it's a clean install,
Very
right?
clean.
Very
Yeah.
clean.
I like it.
And what I like, he has his logo or his information of who did it in the center.
Yeah,
So
looks good. Nice.
Very nice. And his name is Sebastian.
That was it.
Not my Sebastian, but yeah, that's Sebastian.
The other Sebastian.
The other Sebastian, but he did it. Awesome job.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so sponsored by T-Spec. Thank you, guys.
All right, I'm going to go back to this question here. It says, loud pop from amplifier on motorcycle. What can be done? Ooh.
I think you have a video on that.
So it depends on what is causing the pop. Okay, so if it's equipment, there's nothing you can do about equipment. If it's a gain, obviously you can turn that down. But there's some testing you can do to figure out if it's a sequence order, meaning everything's turning on at once, pow, you get a big pop. Sometimes just by adding sequence into there, it slows things down. Now, our fine folks over at Metra has a piece that we just did a video on last month that is called AXPS. Okay, and it's this little guy right here. And this is their pop delay. So it has a delay on and a delay off. And you can use as many of them as you want. There's a cool little button here. But I would suggest going back and watching the video on the AXPS. Now, what you can do to test to see if this needs it is if you have your main unit, whatever your source unit is, or if it's a processor or something like that, basically you need access to remote turn-ons. And what you're going to do is you're going to manually turn things on. Okay, so when the bike turns on, have your remote turn on disconnected, or when the source unit turns on, have it off, go 1, 2, 3, and connect power to the amplifier and see if you get a pop. If you still get a pop, then it's probably something in the equipment. But there again, depending on where the remote turn on is, adding a delay will sometimes stop that. Now, as far as turn off pop, that's an even tougher one. Because it depends what's causing it. There again, if it's the equipment, there's nothing you can do about it. But adding a delay turn off for something could stop that, or you can have it turn off 30 seconds later and you're gone and you don't hear it turn off. But check out the video we did on this. What car in the background? This is a 2023 Toyota Camry that we're putting in a Focal set of Focal Flax 3-way set, a auditor rear speaker. It's getting powered off of an LC5 1300 integration with the DSR1. We'll probably talk about it tomorrow when we get a little bit further along in the process. Today was just a really not fun day. Nothing to do with this car. This car was wonderful, but everything else around it just kind of sucked. So,
you want to get your Your sponsor of the show.
Ah, yes, thank you. And this first segment of the show is brought to you by the fine folks at Audio Control. That's right, Audio Control. Now, Audio Control has just come out with 2 new products, along with the P&W speakers. They have 2 new products they've come out with, which is the Audio Control LC5i Pro and the LC7i Pro. 5i is a whole new SKU that they've never had before that allows us to do 4 channels in and 5 channels out. That's right. It's actually 6 out. It's front rear sub, but it's mono. So anyways, you have that output, but it's 4 channels input. It's a little bit smaller. It has load resistors built into it. And later this week, you should be seeing a video on it, us going over on what you can do with it. The LC7i Pro is the replacement of its granddaddy, the LC7i. It's just the updated version of it. Totally redone. It's not like they just opened it up and found a place to put load resistors in it. No. They redid the whole thing from the ground up. They changed the way it's done. You no longer have to pop the top off and move jumpers and stuff like that. Everything is a switch mounted on it. The whole thing is totally different. It's really cool. And there again, we'll have a video for it sometime here in the future. But if you want to know more about them, head over to audiocontrol.com. Thank you for being a sponsor of the show.
All right.
Okay. Is it normal for an Amp Pro to have low output when dip switch undid using 5-volt cars, 2017 Lexus RS350 amp gain is set to 0.8 volt? No. And there again, okay, so how do you check the output voltage? That could be the problem. All right, in order to check to see what the actual output voltage is, which you may have done, I don't know, but for everyone else, is you would play a test tone of either 40 or 1,000 hertz or both. I would usually do both. Disconnect the amplifier, run it into the voltmeter on AC, and then crank up the volume. At max volume is when you're going to see 5 volts. That's the only time you will see 5 volts. Anything other than max volume, you will not see 5 volts. Okay? So it's not like there's 5 volts all the time. It's just at max volume. So at lower levels, there again, your gain is going to be low. Now, the other thing you have to keep in mind is it also depends on what the volume is doing on the RX 350. So, for example, I don't know that one per se, but I know in an F-150, the volume does not go from lowest to highest in a nice straight line. The volume is actually set like this. Okay, so from like 1 to 25, it gets very little gain. And then from 25 to 38, it just shoots through the roof. So the problem that you run into is if you're like, no, I'm going to tune it to 2/3 volume. Safe bet, right? And I'm going to start tuning from there. Well, there's no voltage at 2/3 volume. 2/3 volume, there's no output. So then what you end up doing is turning the volume, the gain up. Now on yours, there again, I don't know that specific one, but volume all the way up is where you're testing that output voltage. And you may have done that, you may not have any output, and it could just be some weird way that it's interfacing with the car. That would call them and ask and see if they have any more information on it. I'm going to use this one. I can't find a factory ground point on an 02 Ford E250 van for my 3 amps. Better to clean off paint and install a rivet nut and hope for a good ground, or go straight to the battery? This is a wonderful question because there's been a lot of animosity in the interwebs when we're talking about rivets as is that a good way to hold the ground down? And the reality is no, that's not. Some manufacturers will use something like that, but a lot of them just have screws that are coming out of, they're like welded into place. The problem with the nutsert is you don't know what the nutsert is made out of. So the nutsert is really just to hold a fastener in place, not necessarily to hold a ground in place. So if you get like a zinc coated nutsert and you put it into the steel, or if you accidentally get an aluminum nutsert, so the nutsert for ground, it's just not a good idea. It looks pretty, but it's not a good idea. We use the Posi ground system. And there again, I'm not expecting you to go out and spend the money to do that, but
right.
This is the system we use here, which is the positive ground system. All right, and what makes this unique is that And there again, these are special to this system, but it's like $10 on the floor. It's a giant machine thread, pointy head, self-tapping screw, but not a self-tapping screw like you're thinking about. And it comes with, the kit comes with a nut driver like this. It comes with a special bit for removing paint. That little hole in the center lines up with the drill bit that it comes with, which it comes with this cool step bit. So that goes in here, that lines up with this, and it creates this perfect circle. And then what it also comes with is these guys right here, which are just nuts. And the reason you have those is so like if you drill through the van, which is just sheet steel, and you crawl underneath the car, and you can sit there and you can tighten this nut and bolt up like this, and you can make an awesome ground. Now, as long as the factory ground in your van is good, which you can test for ground points using your digital multimeter and continuity, with your long leads. First, you'd measure, you'd put it on continuity or ohm, and you would test to see what the wire is. So you're going to have to lengthen it. So you check to see what it is first, and see what it's reading. So like you might have like 0.03. So now you're going to go to your battery's ground, and you're going to go back to where you think your ground is good, and you're going to want to see what the resistance is then, knowing that you have to deduct 0.03 because that's just the added of the wire. And you can get a good idea if this is a good ground point or not. It's a steel van. I have never ran into a problem grounding anywhere in a van, so I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. It's just, pick a nice spot and go to town. If it's an older van, that's an 02. So you might also want to, if you go to the battery and it has just like that little piece of 10 gauge that comes off the battery and goes to like the side, I would replace that with a piece of 4 gauge. That would be the move that we would make anytime, because it is going to the block, and that's cool. That's what you want because it's the alternator. It's going to come back to the battery, and you want the biggest ground there, but you're not grounding it to the alternator. You're grounding it to the chassis, and so, or the body. Let me rephrase that. You're grounding it to the body, so then replacing that so that from the alternator to the body, from the body back to the amp is all a big ground, which is what you want. And hopefully that makes sense. 02 E250 isn't an aluminum body. You should be able to clean some goo. Yep, exactly. Is that Mike?
That's Mike.
That's Boston Mike. What's up, Boston Mike? Okay, I'm gonna. Can I do this one?
Oh,
I'm gonna
dude,
do this one.
I got.
Do you still have the 5th gen Camaro? What would you upgrade the BA system to? Have a DSP? I do not have the Camaro anymore. I sold it because the air conditioning went out, and it was 10 years old, and I live in Florida, and what they wanted to do to replace it just didn't make any sense. So I cried a little bit, and I got rid of it and bought a convertible. As far as what we did to it, obviously a DSP is great. That particular system in the 5th gen, if you have the BA, Boston Acoustic System, it's actually a preamp level output. So it's a 4-channel preamp level output you can get at the amplifier. We have a video that we did on the PXE 0850S, which has been replaced by the X, which is now the other Alpine Optima 8. But yeah, I would tell you 4-channel out of the radio, go into any DSP you want. The speaker's wires going into the door there's only one set, so the mid bass and the tweeter are on the same wire, and it is a pain in the ass to run wiring into that door. Just keep that in mind. If you want to go active, it's not going to be fun at all. And then if you want to replace the radio, I would recommend going iData and forego the knobs, because the pack kit with the knobs, though, looks beautiful. I managed to kill my battery 3 times using it because I had on lock and lock in my center console and not on my door. So every time I go, the factory had a little divider there that they didn't bother to put in. So I would accidentally turn on my hazards, and they blamed it on me, which technically, it was my fault, but in my mind, it was a design flaw.
All right, guy, you got your number 1 fan over here.
Hola! What's up, my friend? Jay's Tint in the house. What's up, Oscar? You still suck. Anyways, I had the most fun hanging out there. Big Jeff, hey guys, just checking in. Great show, super informative. Big Jeff loves the knowledge. What's up, man? Congratulations,
Congratulations,
on
buddy.
your latest move, or your 100 million?
A million,
100
yeah,
million.
crazy.
Good job, man.
Yeah,
That's a lot of. That's
All
pretty
right.
awesome.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
I have a 21 Tacoma crew cab. I want to get rid of the factory crap and do 2
L7T10s.
Yeah, I knew what I read.
What do you suggest?
Okay, doesn't Fox make that box?
Yes, Foxbox
Fox.
make that box.
So one of the things that, so Foxbox, so you go to foxacoustics.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a plug for them, although it's going to be a plug for them. I think they make this box. But what Fox did, and the reason why it's called Fox, that's his last name. So when we call him Fox, we're referring to him as Joe Fox.
Yeah.
Anyways, all the new boxes that are being built all have even though they come round, they have the outline for you to cut out to put an L7T in. So all you got to do is jigsaw out, and then you can drop an L7T into all the boxes.
Now, it's not like the 2021. It has 2 different boxes, 2 different style boxes.
Yeah.
So I would go and check.
Yeah.
Just see.
Well, if it's 2020, more than likely it's the one we ran into the issue where it was real skinny on top.
Yep.
I think that was just a Paul thing, but make sure you take a look at the back of the cab and get the right box. But other than that,
what's that, Josh?
You are a good-looking guy with your full bearded thing going on.
Right? No kidding.
He's got his tattoos. He's everyone's dream. And then he opens his mouth and ruins it for everybody. Just kidding. Have you guys got a chance to see and or use the new 1800 RMS Pioneer subwoofer? No.
No, man.
No. No. Probably not going to either. Nothing against it, but I'm just being honest.
Totally
probably not going to ever do that. And it's not Pioneer's fault. It's just we have too many other products that I would use in lieu of that. So unless somebody came in and they were they absolutely wanted it, because you got to remember, I'm not big on experimenting because
totally
we have customers, and so we want a controlled result. So I look at equipment as tools. Now, back in the day, yes, I love to play around, but not with other people's money. So when it comes to making sure that people get what they pay for, I'm going to stick to products that I'm sure will do what we want. Now, if someone came in with those, then I could say, yeah, man, cool, let's do whatever you want. That's fun. We are hosting Fred from ARC next week at our California office. I wondered if that's where they were going to do it, because I was like, Fred's driving out to Vegas?
Yeah, right.
Talking about ARC
Yep.
DSP, Maestro integration, and of course, touching on DNA software. Get a hold of me if you're interested. So if you're out in the California area and you'd like to know more about ARC Audio as well as DSP and Maestro integration, as I just read, reach out to Mike Rios, of course. Find him here on Facebook. Mike, we just actually became a dealer for those products and those products only. So we are going to be selling the Blackbird, the Nighthawk, and the PSM Pro, or any of the other products that have iData integration. So we will touchy, on the PSM Pro for Harleys. And yes, ARC DSP has turned on and off delay for this to fix also. Yes, it does. A lot of the good DSPs do have the ability to go in and use turn on delay, turn off delay for popping. Yeah, because it happens. It happens. I mean, it's a sequencing thing. It's
sequencing.
Sequencing.
That's a big
it's a sequence
word.
of events.
That's a big word.
Is it a big word?
Yeah,
Why do you feel
sequencing?
Why do you feel it's a big word?
I don't know.
You sure?
It's a big sequencing. Big one.
You need help.
I know.
Okay. How do you know if you really need DSP without OEM head units?
Without?
Oh, with OEM head unit. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm like,
I gotta get my glasses. I know. They're ready. I just gotta go. It's been like 2 weeks. Okay. How do you know if you need DSP with OEM head unit? Okay. Wonderful question. Let's take a minute and kind of talk about that. Okay. So this is something that we talk about off air a lot because we know there's a lot of people that are out there going, you got to do this, you got to do, you ain't got to do shit. Okay. You got to do what works for you. Now, the easy answer to this is real simple. If you put some amps in the car and you turn it on and you don't like the way it sounds, and you go into the radio and you adjust bass, mid, and treble, and you still don't like the way it sounds, then the simple answer to that is, yeah, you're going to need a DSP because you're going to need an EQ. You're going to need something to make it sound better. Second idea, you go, hey, man, I bought a 5-channel amp. I have a premium audio system. And now I want to integrate into it and do fun stuff. Well, okay, so that's where problem number 2 starts is you say, I'm just going to sum stuff together. So let's say you bought a basic summing device, and you're like, I'm going to take the tweeter, I'm going to take the mid, I'm going to sum that Bose system together. Red flags pop up everywhere. Don't do that because, yes, there are things in those frequencies that when you try to bring them back together, they don't like. Okay, so you're going to have issues doing that. A DSP can help you with that. However, I would never recommend summing in general. If you can avoid it at all costs, why would you not? Unless the channel you're trying to amplify requires it. So, no, then summing's a bad idea. But anyways, a DSP, if you need to sum, for example, Audison, Ken Ward from Audison, he loves to say, hey, here's our processor, and they're, again, not theirs alone, but he likes to show how he can take their processor and do all this summing because it has the ability, has the whole pre-EQ. So it can fix the all-pass filter. Okay, it can mirror the all-pass filters from left to right. If there's the delay between the mid-range and the mid-bass, you can match those two so it puts them back in so they're all at the same delay points. And so doing that so that then you could go to a 5-channel amp. Yes, you need a DSP to do that heavy lifting because it's not going to. Third is, let's say you have a factory radio and you bought an Amp Pro, right? Makes sense. You want to get that clean RC output. You go off to a set of amplifiers. Well, more than likely, if you bought an Amp Pro, there was a premium audio system in there. Not all the time, but more than likely, you had a premium audio system, and it was all DSP'd and EQ'd. It sounded really like it needed to be louder, but you stripped all that out. There's no more DSP in there. You took it all away. It's all gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So it may have had factory delay. It may have had all-pass filters to create delay or the effects of, let me rephrase that, to create the effects of delay. All right, so there was things that they put in there to try to make it sound better that you just stripped out. So it's like you get in there, you're like, well, I mean, it's louder, but it doesn't sound as good. Like everything's coming from the speaker over here. Before it was kind of like in front of the gauge cluster. Now it's not doing that. What the hell? Yeah. So these are all things that a DSP can do for a factory head unit. I like to tell people, listen, when you bring us your car and you want us to upgrade your stuff, I can do that. Without a DSP, though, all I can do is make it louder. And if you come to me afterwards, you say, I really wish I could do X, Y, or Z, I'm going to go, oh, well, should have got a DSP. Because I can't change it. I can't fix stuff that you don't give me access to. Can you turn the volume down on that? Or something's making like, is the volume down on this? I'm getting an echo somewhere.
I don't have my mic on. You see?
No, I know, but you have volume on the laptop on. Because it would be making noise if you did. Just.
Oh, hang on.
Anyways, so there you go. There's a couple reasons.
Nope, it's off.
Okay, just making sure. I'm hearing myself. So.
You hearing yourself?
I'm not saying I'm not hearing things. Okay, so there you go.
You're going nuts, man.
I'm not saying I'm not.
All right.
Have you heard? Oh, hang on. Let me just start this one here. Have you heard of an ACDM 810 ever had Acubase kick in for no reason at high volumes when it was turned off? No, never heard that. However, the light is weird on that, and sometimes when you think it's off, it's on, and then that would make sense. Have you updated to the newest software also, the new 2.0 software? Because they fix a lot of things in it. My answer to that would be update to the newest software, and or whatever you have it clicked as in the software now, click it the opposite and see what it does. But no, I've never had Acubase accidentally come on like that.
That's cool.
I can definitely say that adding DSP is like adding HD to my sound system. 10 channels of control and timing is awesome. There we go.
There you go.
Let me pull this one up here. Difference between LPF and HPF. So that is the difference. So LPF stands for low pass filter and HPF stands for high pass filter. And the difference between the two, okay, first off, you have to learn what a filter is. A filter is there to limit the frequency and or sound that gets to a specific speaker. So we have a low pass filter that is designed to keep low frequencies from getting to a high frequency generator speaker. And a high pass filter, did I do that right? I feel like I did that backwards.
You did.
I did that backwards. Sorry. A high pass filter is designed, my bad, strike all that. A high pass filter is designed to make sure that the speaker only plays high pass frequencies, and a low pass filter is designed to make sure that the speaker only plays low frequencies. So if you have a mid-range in a car, and let's say a 6.5, and you put it in and you turn it up, and they go every time the bass hits. It's like, oh crap. What they're trying to do is play low frequencies at a higher volume than they can handle. You put a high pass filter on there, let's say 80 hertz. It is most commonly, like a radio or a generic DSP, is going to have a 12 dB Butterworth crossover. That means it's every octave, it goes down 12 dB.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So even though it will still play, if you're at 80 hertz, it's still going to play 40 hertz. It's just going to be 12 dBs less volume. So about a quarter of the sound is going to come out. So it's a nice smooth transition down so that that bass is at a much lower volume that now the speaker can actually play. And we won't get into like the whole difference between Butterworth and Liquid Dryly and all that nonsense and 12 dB, because we do have a video for a lot of that on Dean and Fernando's car stereo clips in the crossover section.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Dean and Fernando car stereo clips on YouTube. You should check it out.
Yeah, we have a whole class that we did. It's like 10 or 12 different videos, but that's on Dean and Fernando's car stereo clips. You can check it out. We also have over there new DSP stuff that we just put out on the Moscone DSP. We just talk about crossovers, a little bit of that. So between all that, I think you could probably get pretty far into knowing way more than you need to know. Hey guys, any DSP
provides? I'm gonna say this is provides a center channel.
Okay, so technically every DSP is going to have some way to put out a center channel because it's just an output, right? And you type in center, and now it's a center, correct? Isn't that's? However, I believe the question you're asking is there any DSP out there that does any form of upmixing for the center channel, meaning some form of processing, because audio car is stereo, meaning it has left, it has right. It's not like home audio that has the whole whizzy bang funky surround, Dolby 7.1, Atmos 9.1, all those other fun things. You have speakers everywhere. And the reason why that works is because they record it that way. And then the sound engineer makes those do that. And so if you have something encoded in that, you have a decoder, your receiver, and it'll put that out. In car, we have left and right. That's it. Now, some new music is coming with Atmos. However, we don't have the decoder for it in the car yet. So until we do, we just have left and we have right. And that means that the processor has to have some form of ability to extract from both left and right a fake center. And pretty much most of them do not do that in a way that is worthwhile. That's why it's like time alignment is key. You can still time align a center channel to the driver, but the whole two-seat tune is tough. You've heard Andy's car, and he has a up mixer in his car with surround, and it's kind of interesting. It's definitely an interesting experience to hear what would normally be a home audio experience, but in a car. So it's kind of weird. But no, all of them have an output for center, but most of them do not have the ability to create a dedicated center. Some of them just do like left minus right or right minus, which is not center by any stretch of the imagination.
All right, so let's change the
ad.
The ad, and
Okay.
before you go to the next one, let's.
So I'm not changing the ad yet?
Not yet. Well, I mean, you can remove it. Remove that one.
I just want to do this, but I'll
Okay.
do that. Okay.
I'm gonna go with this one right at this one.
In your opinion, which component set in the Morel brand is equivalent to the Alpine Type X components? So the Type X had an aluminum basket. So we immediately have to go with something that has an aluminum basket, which is going to be the hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel the hybrids are way better than a Type X.
I mean,
so
yeah.
I would look at the hybrids. At minimum, the hybrids.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Go
now
to your ad.
Now I can pull up my ad.
Perfect.
Hey, guys. You ever heard of this little brand here, Focal?
Nope.
Neither have I. But they make great French speakers. You're going to love them. These are the new K2 Power M's. However, the K2 is one of my personal favorite speakers. It's definitely his favorite speaker. Yeah. He's running them in his car right now on a Moscone Pro 430. They're quite amazing. However, they have plenty of speakers for you to choose from, all the way from the Auditor, which is extremely affordable, which we did a video on that. We put a full Auditor system in Haley's car, all the way up to Utopia, which is the top of the mountain, as good as it can get, and every price point in between. So head over to focal-america.com, where you will find your price point and your speaker to make your car sound amazing.
Amazing. All right.
That was a lot of work I went into that.
It is. All right. So talking about Focals, here we go.
Dean,
what are your thoughts on running the Focal Flax 6.5s in the 3 and use the K2 tweeter once I got the equipment to go active? Will you do it?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary because, like, there again, the manufacturer puts together a line of speakers, right?
Yes.
One of the things that we don't get to see is dispersion patterns. Okay, meaning what is coming off of the diaphragm of that speaker. Okay, and how is it blending with the speakers below it?
Yeah.
Right. So if you get a three-way set, most times a three-way set is designed to act a certain way. Okay, meaning the mid-range is designed to work with a tweeter, and so on and so forth. Okay. You can take and put any speaker with any other speaker you want. You could put a set of Morels with some Focal mid-bass if you wanted to. It would probably make sound, and it might actually even sound good. I don't know. But the manufacturer has designed a line to perform a certain way.
Okay.
And just by adding the Focal K2 tweeter in there might not necessarily... There again, it's a hit or miss. This isn't anything that you could give a definitive answer on because they're different materials and they perform differently. And they're not made necessarily to work together. Like when they designed the Focal Flax system, they never intended it to be put with a K2 tweeter.
No.
I'm not saying
I get
work.
it, but I mean, this is me.
Okay,
this
so
is
couple examples. Let's think of Nick for a minute. Nick Wingate.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was about to say.
He had the Illusion C3 3.5 in his dash. He immediately thought Utopia M. Buying Utopia M mid bass.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounded like crap.
Yep.
Took it out, Kevlar. Sounded like crap. Took it out, put a Flax. Sounded amazing. Okay. The thing he could not see was the dispersion pattern of the speaker. Okay. The Flax acted differently in that location, and it blended well with 3.5. Now, lucky for him, all he had to do was go into the closet, pull out a different set until he found the one that works.
Yeah.
Okay. When a manufacturer puts a set of speakers together, they intend them to not be mixed and matched.
100%.
You know,
what I would say is, if you have the ability to have both of the speakers, right, the Flax and the K2 tweeter, and you have them, and you able to try them, why not try them, right?
I'm
Just
not
to
saying
see
not
them.
to, but
now if you don't have them, you want to spend the money on the K2s, and then it's
I
like,
mean, at the end of the day, if you really want K2s, wait another 2-3 months and get the K2s.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's kind of
yeah, no, for sure.
Right. Anyways, sorry. I was all right. So what does Mike got to say? I keep all series together, even if the subs are matched to play with the mids, straight from Nick Wingate's mouth.
Yep.
And the reason why I feel the way I feel is Nick's fault too, because they did during COVID. We all had that wonderful moment where we were all doing these webinars 600 times a day, and the one webinar that we watched was on that question where it was like, hey, can I take this tweeter and this mage? And it all came down to dispersion patterns and what frequency response is the speaker doing, and will it blend properly with
the other speaker?
Correct. So if you have and now there again, it's all focal. So the reality is you're going to cross it over 5,000 hertz anyways. So it doesn't matter whose it is. So they're all going to be the same crossover points, so you just don't blow them up and makes everybody happy. So the reality is yeah, like it's at least keeping it in the family. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing to do.
Right.
But I still think if you really want K2, just get K2.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's more money, but hey, why not?
So it's like
I love
right
the
there.
mid bass. I love the mid bass and vocals of the Flax. I just love the sound signature of the K2 tweeter. Made me wonder of pairing them since they came out with the Flax tweeter. I mean, why not? But I would just get a K2.
Yeah.
Hey, you're doing great today. What's up, Elias?
What's up, man?
Have you done a Gladen aerospace setup yet?
Oh, I wish. I wish.
It's on my list of things to do.
Yeah, mine too.
I finally got to hear one the other day, which was great, and I loved it. And the RAM.
Oh, but like, Mike has a full aerospace in the 300.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, good call. Mike has it in his in the 300 and the Stinger.
What? Same, yeah.
Yeah, same system, just different car.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Here you go. What are your thoughts on $350 component speakers versus $500 to $700 range? And what would you recommend for 6.5s? All right. So, this falls down to, do we get what we pay for?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a lot of $350 components out there. It's an easy number. It's simple, meaning that it's not 500 or 700. So if I tell you, hey man, I can say this is an awesome set. It's $350. Has a shiny tweeter. Comes with a passive crossover with a clear cover.
Done.
It's got a woven carbon looking cone. It's $350. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds like shit.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like when you go to Target and buy tennis shoes. Now, for those of you guys who buy tennis shoes at Target, I totally understand. But let's be honest, not the best place to buy tennis shoes. They look great. They look snazzy. As soon as oh god, no, that's the worst. Second worst. That's probably the first worst place to buy tennis shoes. Go buy some Skechers for God's sakes. But my point is like when you buy that no-name tennis shoe and you put it on, it looks great. Like you're like, oh damn, those look good. You put it on, immediately go, oh wow,
Jordans.
This is like walking on the floor with nails. It's terrible. Okay, that's a lot of the times what you run into. Now there are some gems. Don't get me wrong, there are some gems. Like you can get in a set of the Morel HEs, 6.5 HEs for like $400. Kenwood has the Exelons. That's a 7-inch.
The Focal auditors, right now they've been improving a lot of lines.
But there again, what I'm saying is these are brands though that make $1,500 speakers. Yeah. $2,500, $5,000 speakers. Okay,
Ground Zero radioactive. Yes, sure.
So they're making these more inexpensive speakers because they have the technology ahead of them.
Correct.
I used this phrase the other day. Somebody asked me one of the coolest things that I thought Steve Irby ever said. When I asked him, I said, what's the coolest thing to build? He goes, cheap speakers. I said, why? He goes, because we know our price point. It's already fixed. Now we have to make the best sounding speaker
At
for
that
that price point. Now, keep in mind, they've made expensive speakers over the years. In the Q class, speakers sound really great, and they're expensive. And they've even made more expensive speakers.
Yeah.
So they've had plenty of expensive speakers they've made, and those were not as fun because it's harder for it's one day you're putting $1,500 into a speaker, and the next day you have to do $500 into a set of speaker. But you want them to sound as close as you can to that $1,500. Well, they're never going to do that. They're never going to do that. But we can still take what we've learned from the more expensive speakers and make them better, as opposed to $350 is the most expensive speaker they have. No, that sucks. Stay as far away from that thing as you can, because that's trash.
Yeah. Now, when you buy the most expensive speaker, but you don't add.
But what I'm saying is that if the most expensive speaker you have is $350,
Yeah.
Okay, don't buy that speaker. It's trash, because they've never heard a good speaker before. That company has never heard a good speaker because they don't sell one. They don't sell a Halo product.
Right.
You have to. We all have to, at some point in our life, heard something really amazing, okay? A good home audio system, a nice set of monitors, an amazing car, okay? Preferably not an amazing car, because the car is always going to be subjective. So you're always going to be like, Ground Zero Ultra reference. Nice. I saw them long before you. Anyways. So, yeah, now, there again. $500 to $700 range. There's a ton of speakers out at that price point. Check them out. Find some that work for you. What I would keep in mind when deciding on what speaker you want is pay attention to the tweeter. Okay.
Characteristics.
There's two types of tweeters in the world. There's a hard dome and there's a soft dome. Okay. The hard dome is just that. It's going to have a little bit harder sound to it, a little bit more pop. A soft dome, soft by definition. Loudness wise, identical. They sound loudness, they'll both get to where you're going. That's enough. It's just a matter of what sound do you like. I like a soft dome. I like a big soft dome. I like that. I like what it does. My ears, it's pleasing. Okay. But I also don't mind a hard dome. K2s. It's to me, that is the best sounding hard dome I've ever heard. Okay. It just is. But I will always bow to the soft dome. It just sucks.
Sure.
On my Ram 1500, I got dual 6.5 custom speaker pods in the front doors with the JBL GTO 69C components, and also a 6.5 DS18 Pro X6 in each door, 3.5s in the dash. Got 2 4-channel amps to run every speaker. Is it okay to set up, or should I just get a decent 3-way for the doors? I'm not going to tell you what to run and what not to run from that regards. My guess is if you went with some 6.5-inch Pros, you're looking for that sound. I mean, that's the only reason why you get those, right? Is you want that.
You want it loud.
You want that loud. You want that like, damn, bro. What you did, though, is you got 2 4-channel amplifiers. This is going to allow you to mix it properly, meaning you're going to be able to get in there and adjust so that if you want something less, because less is actually more, you can. So you can control the outputs of the speakers, and that is the most important thing. A lot of people get in there and they'll grab some distortion detector and they'll set everything up to the maximum amount of volume you can get out, and they turn it on and just everything yelling out. And it's like, whoa, that sucks. Being able to turn things down so that it actually sounds good and you have a presentation is important. That is the most important thing you will do in this particular system, is be able to control the volume of each individual driver or pair, as it were, so that you can get the sound you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking for a double din stereo for 2019 Ford Mustang GT, budget $1,500. Does it have the 8-inch screen in it now, or is it a 3.5-inch screen? If it's an 8-inch screen, you can do the iData kit for it, which is the FORD1. I would suggest the shallow mount radio. Big fan of the shallow mounts. Kenwood makes 2. They make a 908 and the 958. 958 is a little bit better. Both great radios. If it's convertible, I'd go for the 958. It has a better screen on it. If it's a 3.5-inch screen, iData also makes a dash kit for it, but that limits you to one radio, which is the Pioneer free-floating screened radio, and that dash kit is the MUS2. But yeah, both of those should hit your budget.
All right.
Hey guys, located in Canada, eh? Was wondering what printer do you use in software to print speaker brackets, and where do you get measurements? Thanks in advance. Also, I saw you have another machine. So the other machine is the 3D printer from FlashForge that at some point in our life we'll actually get around to using. If we were, being busy sucks. We use a Glowforge laser printer. We got it, 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
More. Yeah.
As far as measurements and stuff like that, you need a really nice set of calipers. We have a flatbed scanner. We take the speaker, we set it on the flatbed scanner, we scan the speaker, and then we start measuring it out and drawing what we need. That's it. All the stuff we get is just made from scratch. There is no secret to it. There is no how do I do this? So for example, pull this up. Oh, wrong one. Reset. Camera tweeter. That one. So I'm going to go full screen on this, and I will do that. Go ahead and hide that. Thank you. So here's what you're looking at here. This little piece that I can zoom in on. This is a Focal flax tweeter. You'll notice you can always tell Focal because it's going to have that little nipple right there. But this is to go into the Toyota Camry A-pillar location. So the tweeter itself looks just like this. It has these 3 points, and this just snaps right into place just like the factory does. Our speaker friction fits into this, and we're all good. And then for the dash, this is the factory speaker. And what is this? I'll turn that on. So that is the factory Toyota JBL speaker that we scanned in our scanner. That gave us the size of the actual speaker itself and allowed us to get our basic drawing down. The drawing has moved a little bit. That's why it's off just slightly here and here, because we've moved it around several times since we did the original trace. But from there, we were able to add in the width we need for our flax speaker that we added to it. But that's how that's done.
That's how it's made.
That's how it's made.
It's made in America. What?
Nothing.
Okay. What did I got?
What's that? I'm looking for your recommendations on component speakers for a 2004 GMC Sierra. I have a Kenwood Exelon in my Yukon, but if I step up to, hold on. If I step up to.
So I'm gonna say the Kenwood Excellence, speakers.
Well, I mean, if you already got, I'm guessing it sounds like he has Kenwood Exelons already in the Yukon. If you wanted to step it up a bit, what would you look into? And there again, I feel like this show we've talked about a lot of other brands, or I'm sorry, a lot of tweeter talk and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we've mentioned a lot. It's an 04. It depends on what you're going for. If you want something one of the problems with the Exelon is it's very smooth, and sometimes it doesn't feel like it's grabby. It doesn't have that. I like the way they sound, but some people are like, I wish it had a little bit more smack in the face. We've done, believe it or not, in the GMC Sierra. Okay.
So yes, I have them, and I want to upgrade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I do, and yes, I'm looking to step it up. If you like the way they sound, I would look into some Morels, because it's going to have a similar tweeter because they're both soft dome. If you're looking for something 180 degrees, like you want a speaker with more pop, then looking for something with a hard dome, like we'll be talking about Focal a lot on this. But anything with a hard dome tweeter is going to really smack it in the face for you and give you that. So
there you go.
Last week you guys and Fro gave me great advice to unbridge my JL amp and run my mid bass. It did way more than I expected once I reset the gains and tuned it. Thank you so much. Bridging ain't always the answer. Good job, man. I'm glad you tried it. I'm glad you had a spectacular result. That's pretty awesome.
Very nice.
I like it when things work out. You know, it makes things so much cooler.
Okay, Mr. Hannibal.
What?
The A-team, something like that. That was the movie.
Oh, okay, not that Hannibal, the other Hannibal. What's next for Haley's car? She'd hate you right now because you spelled her name wrong, but that's okay. She understands. It's one of those things. You know how that goes. Some people are just like, you spelled my name wrong. It's H-A-I.
It's not Brian with a Y. It's Brian with the I.
Yeah. They're all Nazis. Really, the next thing we have to do in that is we have to swap out a couple subs. We have a couple different subs that we have to put in and out of there. Like we have some focals that we had boxes made, and we still have to film those videos. I'd like to get my hands on the shallow mount version of the diamond subwoofer that's in there. But right now, it's, there's really nothing that we have to do other than the subs, I think, for hers.
Right. No, I think the next one, that will be Sue's car.
Yeah, Sue's car.
With all the mobile ES. And I know I got some questions about, like, how is the mobile ES speakers. We haven't played with that.
It's got a big-ass tweeter. It's hard to mount.
And as soon as we make the video, we definitely
That's all anyone ever says.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you'll know, because as soon as we do the unboxing of the Sony radio, you know it's
that one.
Which
Rodney. No, top. Right, no, bottom, middle.
Thoughts on
CDT audio speakers? Yeah, no.
I don't even know what those are.
No?
No.
Okay.
I have never even heard of them.
Okay.
Not a clue.
I'm just going to look. CDT audio.
Yeah.
Maybe we're almost to the...
Hey guys, real quick, if you didn't know, if you follow me on Facebook or if you follow The Boring Life of Dean and Haley on YouTube, every Sunday we do Haley Knows Best. This week we ask a question. We just finally got back to asking questions every week. This week we asked, what do you like better, the freestyle Coke machine or the classic, Coke individual flavors? So if you're interested, head over to the YouTube page, The Boring Life of Dean and Haley. Go to the last video and tell us what you think.
To remain. All right. They say...
Go down. It looks like a Rockford. Huh, never seen it. Don't know.
No, we never seen that one. So this is the page, CT audio.
Don't know, man.
I have no idea. Yeah, we never play with
They
those.
sell a lot of speakers.
They have a lot.
Cool. No. I don't know. Give them a go and let us know what you think.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Porter is sealed
What's that, Joe?
regardless. Shallow mount subs. There again, it's going to come down to, it's like the shallow subs, some like ported and some don't. So like L7T, it does really well sealed. Like it sounds really good sealed. Some of the JL subs, they do better sealed.
Mm-hmm.
If you have one that you're interested in, I would contact the vendor, the manufacturer who makes them, and ask, say, hey, look, I've got this amount of airspace. I want to do this woofer. Because most of the big guys that sell those shallow mount subs have modeling software to give you, if you don't have it yourself, to give you an idea, like Kicker does, and they'll help you with that, which is cool. And I think Rockford will, and so some of the bigger J will probably do the same.
Yeah,
but got to play with that. What's up? All right, guys. So as we like to end the show, for those of you guys that are interested, you can head over to DNF Swag and pick up your cool shirt. Now, some of you guys have been asking for a Smash Force production shirt, so I will be working on one of those and hopefully have it up by this weekend. So if you're interested in a Smash Force production shirt, I'll get it up by this weekend. As well as if you want to know where to find the cool tools that we use in all our videos, DNF Tool Drawer is the place you can go. Or if you want to get that cool IRTA2 so that you can check the electrical signal of your system, by all means, check it out. Just click through here. It's a good place to spend an hour or so just clicking through and seeing what's going on. And for everyone else, this has been Monday. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We hope you have a wonderful week. Make sure to follow us over on Instagram, 5-Star Car Stereo, so that you can check out 5 Minutes with 5-Star. Or if you can't, just watch it Monday when we rebroadcast it in the wrong aspect ratio and everyone bitches about it. I know, it's crazy. That's it. That's all I got. Have a safe week, gentlemen. We will see you back here Friday morning at 9 o'clock on Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips, as well as Saturday. We'll be here. We'll be doing this. Probably have some DSP talk. That's all we got. We're thinking about having a guest on. For those of you guys still here, we're thinking about having Ken Ward on to talk about DSP software for the company he works for, which is Electromedia. I should have talked about that earlier. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments, and I will go back and check that out. Right now, that's it, guys. Fade to black.